Hi, I'm Katie Parrish, Communications Director at Michigan LCV. In my role, I pitch stories to reporters, organize press conferences, and make sure that our issues make headlines in papers across the state. Today, we're going to give you the basics on how to work with the media to advance your cause and give you a few tips on how to pitch stories to the press. But first, let's talk about why media coverage matters. Media is a powerful tool that can help your organization educate the community about an issue, and it can help build a buzz that puts pressure on decision makers to act. Media coverage is also an effective way to show your people power. When you invite the media to rallies or events, it's an opportunity to show visually how many people support your cause. Last but not least, getting your organization's name in the news can build your name recognition and your legitimacy with decision makers. There are a lot of ways to get the word out about your cause, but today we're focusing on earned media. It's media you don't have to pay for, but you do have to work for. There are a few types of earned media, each with a different purpose. Letters to the editor are one of the easiest. They're 150 words or less and respond to a recent event or an article. They're easy for volunteers to do, as long as you give them simple talking points. Opinion editorials are similar to letters to the editor, but slightly longer and appear as a column in your newspaper's opinion section. They often provide a counterpoint or a new angle to an issue. They are also more likely to be published when it's written by a high-profile voice in the community. Press conferences are used for major announcements or breaking news and often feature 3 or 4 speakers. Press conferences can be organized in a few days, but they require time and energy to pull off. Be careful. You don't want to overuse this tactic. It takes time to put a good press conference together. If you're organizing an event that will draw a crowd or is highly visual, you should always invite the media and make sure you have a designated spokesperson on site. Last but not least is rapid response. When big decisions are made at the local level, state capitol, or in Washington, D.C., you can send a simple press statement to reporters to help frame the new development. But how do you make sure the media actually covers your issue? How do you hook in reporters and get them excited? Before you reach out to reporters, make sure you have a good hook. Hooks are quick, 30-second pitches of why your issue matters. Having a good hook is key to pitching events, stories, and opinion editorials to newspapers. So what makes a good hook? Breaking news or a new development is always a good hook because reporters are looking for reactions. Local issues can also make for good hooks. For example, if there's drinking water contamination in your neighborhood or a local angle to a national story. Conflict or controversy. This one should go without saying, but make sure you can spin the situation to your benefit. Strange bedfellows and unique coalitions are also a good hook. A good example is when unions and environmental organizations join together under a united banner calling for clean energy. Visual and colorful events are great hooks for TV news media. If you're pitching a big event, make sure you share how many people you expect to show up and what the event will look like. Hooks can also be people. Everyone remembers a story that moved them. If you can lift up a voice impacted by an issue or have a high-profile individual in the community who's speaking up, you have a good hook. All right, now you have your hook and you're ready to call a reporter. What do you say? Reporters are busy people. You want to keep it simple and be respectful of their time. Here are a few tips to keep in mind. Call the relevant reporter. Read up on their past work and make sure it lines up with your issue. Introduce yourself and your organization. Here's an example. Hi, this is Katie Parrish with Michigan LCV. I'm calling to make sure you received our media advisory sent this morning about a climate rally on Tuesday. Ask if they're on a deadline. Invite them to attend and pitch them using your hook. If it's a press conference or an event, paint a picture of what it will look like, share who's attending, and name any visuals. And remember, set a follow-up plan. Call them again, always before noon, and pitch your event again. Now, it's the day of your event. Reporters are starting to show up. Now what? Tip number 1 for talking to reporters is to stay on message. Don't stray from your talking points and don't let their questions take you off message. Always pivot back to your primary message. Tip number 2, don't make anything up. You want reporters to trust you and your organization. If you don't know the answer to a question, say so and commit to following up after the event. Number 3, remember, there is no such thing as off the record. A reporter may just be looking for background information, but there is no guarantee that what you say won't be quoted. Number 4, reporters can't know everything about every issue. Be prepared to share fact sheets that give them the background they need and make sure you're available to answer any questions. Number 5, do the hard work for them. Remember, reporters are often crunched for time. While this might appear to be a challenge, it's actually a powerful opportunity for you to help shape the coverage. At Michigan LCV, we develop press kits, which include press releases, quotes from speakers and experts, bios, and contact information. Remember, generating media attention plays a key role in reaching new audiences and putting pressure on decision makers to act on issues that matter. You don't have to have a big budget to build relationships with reporters and get your story out. You just need a good hook and a willingness to put in a little time to make sure your issue is covered accurately.